Hey everybody, it's Nick from Hawk Pro Detailing in Heber City, Utah, joined by
Yvan Lacroix.
Mr. Yvan Lacroix.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. So you came, what, in October to do a training?
Yeah.
And you're swinging through after a stop at the Rag Company.
Exactly.
With a world premiere.
Exactly. So, first time it's seen. Everybody knows this.
The Big Red Sponge.
You've been using it for a while.
I have.
Works well.
It's a classic.
It does what it's supposed to do.
Right.
Well, I've decided to change it up a little bit.
Okay.
We now have the Ultra Black Sponge.
The Ultra Black Sponge.
The Ultra Black Sponge. What we've done differently with the Ultra Black Sponge, first of all, you'll notice the shape.
It's very palmable.
Right.
Yeah.
Fits your hand a lot better.
So comparing the size.
They're exactly the same size.
Same size, but it feels smaller.
Right. So top to bottom, side to side, exactly the same length. Same length, same width.
About face size.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing is, foam technology has changed dramatically over the time that the Big Red Sponge has been out.
How long has this been out?
Almost 10 years now.
10 years?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So this has been out 10 years, this has been out 10 minutes.
Roughly, yeah. So what we've kept, the thickness,
okay,
the overall shape, and the cuts on it. So those stay the same. Because those cuts serve a purpose. Two purposes. One, if you have a large piece of debris, it's going to get caught between the fingers.
And that was the same with the Big Red Sponge.
Right. The other purpose of that, it actually softens the surface. So it loosens the surface tension. So now when you're on a panel, it's going to conform to that panel a little better without having to put pressure on the sponge.
For folks who are just learning about the Big Red Sponge, right? They think of car washing with a mitt. I mean, they may know the Big Red Sponge. There's going to be a lot of Optimum loyalists. But can we start from the beginning as well and just sell people on the rinseless wash? Why use this over a soapy wash mitt? Yeah.
So the foam has a lot of advantages over a soapy wash mitt. And we've been told for years, never wash with foam. Don't wash with foam. It's unsafe. Some foams are unsafe.
Right, because you think of a foam sponge at like Walmart or AutoZone as not being professional or legit.
No, exactly. And for the most part, they're not.
Yeah.
But when you take some people will wash with a microfiber towel. Microfiber is great at absorbing. It absorbs liquids. The dirt actually sits on the surface of the microfiber, and you're dragging it across the surface.
Scratching the paint.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't have this thickness to absorb the pressure that you're putting on. So now your finger pressure, because our hand isn't a flat surface, can cause marring.
Right. It's so uneven that you could have your pressure on one finger and just, scratch the paint.
Same thing with wash mitts, whether it be a chenille wash mitt, whether it be a lamb's wool wash mitt, whatever. They're thin, and those fibers, yes, they absorb liquid. Unfortunately, they don't bring the dirt inside of them. The sponges bring the dirt inside, and when you put it in your rinseless wash, it automatically releases it. So it's a very different technology, different way of thinking. When I originally designed the Big Red Sponge to work with O&R, the whole goal of that was to actually have a wash media that worked well with O&R.
Optimum no rinse.
Yeah.
As many people know,
exactly.
Optimum no rinse here, and then
McKee's 914.
Which I did a video on recently, and we'll link that up above. I like this better. It smells amazing, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
O&R works great.
Yeah, I prefer N914 as well. So everything in the world evolves. O&R has been the standard in the industry for years, and N914 has surpassed it. The Big Red Sponge has been the standard in the industry for years. The Ultra Black Sponge has surpassed it.
And you're not paid by McKee's. You just like this stuff.
No, I'm not paid by McKee's at all.
Yeah.
The only company I'm a brand ambassador for is Lake Country.
Oh, it smells like green apples.
Yeah.
I love this stuff.
So the other change is the foam itself. So if you touch it, this one's never been in water. Feel how soft it is.
We were talking about how you need to soak that Big Red Sponge for how long do you recommend? 24 hours?
Yeah, roughly 24 hours before the first use. And even then, it's a little stiff for the first 3 or 4 cars.
Right, and once you get this thing worn in and you can use it forever, it's super soft. But I did notice this is as soft as the Big Red Sponge, and we haven't used it at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The pore size is a lot different. The foam is a lot different. When we look at it under a microscope, the pore size is very different between the two. The smaller pores of the Ultra Black Sponge, what they allow is to have that softer feel, safer for the paint, but also it holds more liquid. Holding more liquid means more lubrication.
One question, I know that you always say with the Big Red Sponge, you want to kind of get it almost to the point of it's just barely dripping?
Yeah, so it's just on the verge of dripping.
On the verge of dripping. Same concept here?
Same thing here. So, let's get it wet.
I love how you have a suit jacket on. You got to not get that wet. Okay.
But it's just on the verge of dripping. But it holds a lot more liquid.
Yeah.
Than the Big Red Sponge.
I notice with the Big Red Sponge, it's obviously red. Is there an advantage or disadvantage to being black? I mean, you're not going to see as much, right?
You're not going to see as much. It's just, it happens that this foam is only available in black.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, different foam structures have different color codes, and the chemicals in them make them different colors.
Okay.
This one happens to be black. So, the advantage of that, though, you won't see the dirt on it. The disadvantage, you won't see the dirt on it.
Well, some customers like to nitpick what you're doing in their driveway and spy on you, so this is probably good for that. Question, so a lot of people are going to be like, listen, I've got the Big Red Sponge, it works, why do I need something new? There's always something new, latest and greatest. I mean, what true advantages does this have?
You don't need to buy another sponge.
Right.
Okay, first of all, we'll get that out of the way. You don't need to buy another sponge. But if you like using soap on occasion, this will work with soap.
Ah.
Now, I'm a rinseless guy, dyed in the wool. I won't use soap. But a lot of people's complaints about the Big Red Sponge was, works great with a rinseless. I like to use a soap once in a while.
People love the foam can. It just looks good, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Soap looks sexy. It's not. I think rinseless is more efficient and quicker because I've done the foam can and stuff. It looks great on videos.
Yeah.
You know, the residue dries on the paint if you have hard. You know what I mean? It's just, I prefer rinseless, and I had to get there by cheating on rinseless for a while and then coming back. But
exactly.
It's nice to have the option.
Yeah. So we have the option of using this with soap now. Something that if you ever tried the Big Red Sponge with soap, it's sort of a weird, gooey, not a good feeling.
I've never even tried it, but yeah, I believe it.
Those that have, never tried it again.
Okay.
This will work equally well with soap as it does with the ONR or the McKee's or whatever rinseless you're using.
And I'm going to keep interrupting. So talk about the ergonomics. Why did you design it in this shape?
So the reason for the ergonomics is basically to make it easier to hold. If we look at the Big Red, I have larger hands.
Right.
But even to squeeze it out, I have to work at it a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's not exactly a comfortable hold. Like, what do I do with these fingers?
Right.
This one, it's comfortable.
Yeah.
And I wanted a point to it to be able to get into tighter areas.
That is a criticism that you'd heard from a few folks on the internet of like, you can't get under door handle. I mean, I always found that if you get a little more aggressive with it, you can kind of do whatever you want. You can, yeah.
But this being a softer sponge and denser, so the density of the sponge is a lot more. There's actually more sponge here than here. There's less air.
Okay.
So it's a really neat, different technology in foam.
And will this, I mean, this has been used so many times and soaked so many times, it feels really soft and flimsy. Will this get softer with use as well?
Yes.
Okay.
A little bit.
It just starts off soft.
Right. But if we look at the size, they're identical size when it comes side to side, up and down. They're the same thing. And thickness as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So this is not the, this is the, remind me, the
Ultra Black Sponge.
Ultra Black Sponge. Okay.
The UBS.
The UBS. The BRS and the
UBS. Yeah.
Okay.
So not UPS, UBS.
Okay.
So it's not brown.
Right.
Had it been brown, that would have been a really weird thing. The ultra brown sponge. But
I like it.
Yeah. And price wise, same idea. Even though the foam technologies have improved, we tried to keep the price in the same range. So
folks out there who love the latest and greatest, I have never promised to be a business guru or whatever, but I love geeking out on new stuff. I know you're an efficiency guy and running a profitable business is a huge passion to try to mentor guys on, but people just love detailing and love trying the new stuff as well.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So because it's fun, it makes it fun.
So when you try it, you'll notice that it's easier to hold on to. It's softer, it's more comfortable, it holds more liquid, and you can use it with soap.
So if folks want to get their hands on one of these, how do they get it?
Amazon?
Amazon.
Yeah, or the Rag Company.
Or the Rag Company. Yeah. Awesome. Any other thoughts? So this could work with pretty much any rinseless product out there?
It'll work with any rinseless. It'll work with any soap. It's a universal wash. So we say the Ultra Black Sponge. It could also be the UBS for Universal Black Sponge.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Ivan's pretty sharp marketing mind. Love it. Okay, very good. Any other thoughts on the UBS?
No, just try it and you'll like it. And like I said, you don't have to replace your Big Red Sponge, but if you like washing with soap once in a while, give it a consideration.
Okay, very good. Well, thanks, Ivan. Appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you, sir.
And looking forward to trying this out.
Yeah, very good.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next one.